So good morning to you, Kim. I am so excited for this morning's session after you volunteering to do a live for us at our recent event in the Kenfig Nature Reserve. And it's so interesting when somebody like yourself is a speaker, because sometimes when we go to an event, we think, oh, I'm just going to sit and listen. And then all of a sudden you're captured and part of the experience of the speaker's journey and what it is that they're sharing with us. So yeah, I love that. And we were just talking about, how little we know about one another, which is why our I Am Woman Hour is so important for us to really dig deep and really get sharing our skills with one another, our talents, our experiences, our innermost wonders with one another. So I'm delighted that you're joining us this morning and that we're going to be, I feel as though I've come out to play this morning to explore this visualization technique. And I'm always waking up listening to stuff on YouTube because I keep bouncing around the different topics. And a really interesting fact or anomaly, whatever you'd like to call it, I heard this morning, is for us to be reminded that our intuition, it brings us back to the now and the future, whereas our ego is always pulling on the past. And I was thinking, gosh, I spend so much time almost like in my subconscious, which is reviewing the past, as opposed to really connecting with my intuition, with my energy, and really getting to grips with every day using visualization techniques in order to project myself and my whole energy system forward as opposed to reflecting backwards. So I'm delighted this morning that we're going to learn lots more about you and also learn more about how to do this visualization in our lives and in our businesses. So welcome to the floor, as it were, the online floor. And I would love to know, where did all of this knowledge and experience come from that's almost embedded itself in your soul that you're going to be sharing with us today?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I've always worked in the field of energy. And even before my career as a child, I was aware of energy and I would talk to visible people and things like that. So I think it's something that I've come into this life with, if I'm honest with you, I do. But my first inroads into sort of working with people in a holistic way was when I was about 28, 29 years old, when I became a holistic massage therapist. And that was my first sort of professional journey. And I was very, very blessed to have a teacher who was a massage teacher who was extraordinarily spiritual in her own way. And so we would begin our training day with pulling some angel cards or some other types of cards. We would do a meditation where we would go up on a journey. We would, be putting our hands on the people. We were massaging with complete and utter and the deepest of respect and gratitude that this body was being really, was giving permission to be there on the couch and for us to be of service to heal it. So it was an incredibly good grounding. And that's where I started really feeling applying energy into my work all of the time. And then I, went through national and did sort of formal training, that we feel we need certificates, of course, which we don't, but that's how we are in life. So I went through 4 years with the National Federation of Spiritual Healers. I don't know how many years as a Reiki master to become a Reiki master. And then finding the Guild of Energists through this. And the Guild of Energists are about teaching people grounded energy techniques to apply for themselves. And I love these techniques, and there's many of them. And Supermind is the one that we use for visualization. And so I became a trainer with them, and I've taught people to, advanced practitioner, master practitioner level, and I still do run those training courses on a bespoke level. You know, I don't sort of have a diary of them all, but if there's a group that wants to come together, I will run a course because I do love it so much. And so now I work a lot in the physical world of health with supplements and so on, but still the spiritual world comes in. So talking to clients about what they can do with their mindset, their attitude to their body, having gratitude for everything their body is trying to achieve for them, meditating. So, you know, in the end, you become like a holistic bubble of information. And I try and work with each client on an individual, unique basis to see what it is that they need and what I can learn from them and what knowledge I can impart to them, because it's a relationship, you know, it's a relationship you're in.
I love the whole field of epigenetics and having matrix moments. The first thing in the morning that I do is visualize. So I believe, you know, whatever we visualize will materialize. And so I discipline myself in the first 15 minutes to do this visualization of what I want to materialize in the day. Although sometimes my little doggies have other ideas and they're clawing at me to say, good morning, good morning, good morning. And then before I go to sleep as well, I do the visualization of what I want to materialize the next day. And that's part of one of the journals for I Am Woman. So I would love to know how you then stepped into this whole, you know, visualizing to materialize ethos that you do so well.
Well, I mean, I run a monthly healing group. So with my monthly healing group, we have different topics that we might be covering. And so I will create visualizations for them. I don't know when I first started to do it, really. It's been such a journey. But what I did for this I Am Woman one was that week, I just sit with a notepad. I've got a sofa here in my office, and I sit with a notepad so I can quickly make some scribbles. And you take yourself up. So Supermind is about going to a realm where you can experience things. So the first thing you do in this type of meditation is you ask your energy mind for what you want to achieve. So say, dear energy mind, I would like the perfect visualization for my talk at the I Am Woman event. So I've set my energy mind to tell me what it is that I want. So then you go to a realm in your head. So like whether it's like a nice rose garden or a beach scene or whatever it is. And you have to then establish the realm. So you ask questions to get the dimension that you are tuning into clear in your mind. So questions like, what time of year is it that I've landed in this space? What's the weather like? You know, you sort of look at the sky. Is it rainy? Is it warm? Is it windy? Is it spring? Is it autumn? What can I see 360 degrees around me? So you look at the realm that you're in, that you've landed, to check every detail that you can see, the colors, the flowers, the plants, the sky, any animals. What can I hear? Is there any rustling of leaves, any bird sound, the wind rushing? What can I feel on my skin? Does my skin feel warm? Does it feel you know, like wind touched or rain? What am I wearing? What am I stood on? What is on my feet? Am I stood on grass? Am I stood on concrete? Am I stood on a dirt track? So while you've asked these series of questions, you have really established yourself in the realm. And then I could say, for example, take a seat and ask to be given this perfect visualization that I need for this moment in time. And I've got my notepad there, so I'm so used to doing this now, I can sort of open my eyes, make a few scribbles, go back in, make a few scribbles, go back in, make a few scribbles, because you know, it's an active meditation. So you're in a realm, but you're still conscious as well. And this is what supermind is. It's using these realms. So you can have realms for studying, realms. I like, for example, I have a realm with like a building that I can go in where I have a big desk that is my conference room for me and my spiritual guides or my or any helpers that I want. And it's got whiteboards on around. So if I've got to work something out, I can go up into my supermind, into my realm, into my office, my spiritual office, call on some people that I might need and have a little brainstorm and often come out with some really good ideas. And it's a bit like what Sherlock Holmes would say about creating these realms in your head. But we can all do that. Every single one of us can do that. And it's a great technique. It's a great technique to learn. You can have like a sleeping realm if you're troubling going to sleep, where you can take yourself off to your little realm that's absolutely perfect for sleep.
It sounds fantastic, and I think, because we're all working, well, a lot of people now are working from home. I think it's so important that we almost like get our energy right to show up for work, as opposed to dragging ourselves in our pajamas from one thing to another, never really getting into the mindset that we need in order to achieve the results we need that day. So can you give us an insight into that as well, how we can create this mindset through meditation so we turn up and we're in a really good mindset and good to go with work?
Well, I think what you said, like in the morning, taking a few minutes in the morning, even before you get out of bed, to visualize, what your day might look like. There's the journal, the I Am Woman journal, which is really good for that. Just visualize, just being grateful, just like laying in bed and waking up and thinking, thank you for my soul returning to my body this morning. Just being grateful that you've actually woken up and you're taking a breath, thinking about your day and what your day might look like can really set the scene. And being playful, just remember to be playful. We can get so bogged down in feelings of stress or anxiety or second guessing ourselves, and all of this reduces our creative power. So being playful, like I might choose a word. I've got a bag of words. They're like little cards with words on type thing. And you can, have a little word on your desk to remind yourself. So my word this week is abundance. You can have a little bag of positive words, and I might do some tapping on the word abundance to get some energy flow. I think we forget how creative, magical beings we actually are. And so we just end up getting bogged down in stress and detail and things. And if we feel that way, then if we just take a step back, even just taking a walk in nature can have a huge uplift of our energy. And keep it playful. Visualization is good, is part of it.
Well, I think we're all ready now to actually do the technique. Yeah. Are we all okay? Can we give me a thumbs up? Are you good to go? Yeah. Lovely. So over to you, Kim. Take to the floor. Take us wherever you want to take us.
Well, I'll do the one that, as you asked me to do, that we did at Kenfig. And it doesn't matter if you was there, because doing it again is, you can have a different experience. So just don't try to, if you were there at the Kenfig, don't try to recreate that experience. If you have that same experience, that's no problem. But equally, just allow whatever experience it is that you are going to have today, if that makes sense. So you're not, you don't have to be in the same space, and you're a different person. Every day, we are a different aspect of ourselves, every single day. So we have our past aspects, our future aspects, and our present aspect. The one we live in is our present aspect, which was different to yesterday and different to tomorrow. So you're going to have a new experience today. Okay. So let's get prepared for some energy work, first of all. So point to yourself where you would say, this is me. This is me. This is where I am. This is where I exist. Put your main hand over there and your other supporting hand on top. Close your eyes And just take a couple, if you feel you want to, you don't have to close your eyes, and just take a couple of deep, relaxing, centering breaths. And just being with yourself in your own skin right now. You may feel the chair underneath you where you're sitting. You may feel the floor underneath your feet. Bringing all of your energy and your senses back to you, back to me in this space where I sit, where you sit, drawing everything in. Placing our hands on our heart like this tells ourselves, our body, that we are about to do some energy work. We have energy hands, we have an energy mind. And for those that choose to believe that, we have a higher consciousness, spiritual guides, and we're informing everyone that needs to know that we are here to do some energy work today. So give yourself this moment to have a profound experience and set you up for the rest of the day. And just relax your arms into any comfortable position you choose. Now we're going to call into the room that you are in a version of yourself that already knows how to be in your full power. The version of you that has it all together, that knows what goals and ambitions best serve you. The version of you that knows your soul's contract, the blueprint of what you are aiming for. Imagine that woman in your mind's eye coming towards you now. This could be a future version of yourself, or a version from an alternate timeline, even an alternate universe or an alternate dimension. This version of yourself radiates. She radiates a glow that extends beyond her skin barrier. She shines like a diamond, iridescent, eye-catching, magnetizing. She is a version of you that has the optimum health. She is the perfect shape and size. See this self in your mind's eye, standing before you, happy, carefree, open and loving. This version of you really does have it all together. She has the wisdom of all the ages. She is transcendent, high vibrational version of you. Another you that knows how to be in her power. Invite this aspect closer because you're curious. You're curious to meet her and open your heart to receive her, to receive her wisdom, to receive her desire to share with you. She wants to help you, to uplift you, to connect you. Her desire is to elevate your blueprint of who you are in the here and now. She extends a golden thread of light towards you, and you welcome that connection into your heart. You're both connected, for you are actually one and the same being. She is simply a different version of you that walked a different life. She is your potential in all its glory. Now take a moment to have a conversation with her. What might she say to you? What might she say to help you in the here and now? Ask her some questions. Tell her what's troubling you or what you need solutions for. Ask her to transmit that knowledge to you in words, images, or in vibration that you feel in your whole being. And breathe it in. Breathe into every single cell in your body. I'm just going to give you a few minutes to have a conversation now. Breathing it in. Feeling the transference of knowledge. The ripples, the tingles, the elevation of your mind. Power, upgrade, shining light. Perfect information coming to you now. Hold her hands. Feel that transference of energy. Feel her light in every cell of your body. Upgrading, reminding, delivering your potential. Ask for a parting message or a gift to take away from this experience. And perhaps give her a gift in return. And as you take a nice deep breath, you thank her with all your heart for the information and the energy in this exchange. And you see both you and her shining like the sun, radiant, whole, beautiful, complete. This version of you drifts back to her reality now, and you know you can connect with her at any time with just a thought and an intention. And take a moment to breathe and return your mind to the here and the now, prepared, open, ready, and about to have a wonderful day. You can rub your palms together. You can place them over your eyes as you blink. And then you just come back. into the here and the now. And just take a moment to check in with yourself about how you feel compared to how you felt when you arrived on the call, compared to how you feel when you woke up this morning. And do feel free to share if you wish to.
Wow, who would like to go first? That was really, really deep. Heather, can we come to you first? Would you like to share?
Yeah, I feel more energized. Had a really bad day yesterday with my ME, and it was still lingering this morning. So yeah, I feel more energized and ready to work through the day now. Thank you, Kim.
You're welcome.
And did you see this beautiful future self of yours, and what did she gift you with?
Energy, light and energy. I think that's what I needed today. So yeah, yeah. It
So
was
you,
actually it was actually an angel, so which was lovely.
can you say that again?
It was an angel, a
Oh,
version. So
and she
yeah, it
gave
was lovely.
you energy, yeah?
Sorry,
Gave you energy.
she gave me glowing energy. Yeah,
Wonderful. And how did that make you feel?
a lot better than I felt yesterday and waking up this morning.
Wonderful. So do you feel you could repeat this for yourself?
Definitely will, actually. I think, as Kim said, waking up in the morning, when I wake up, sometimes it's really hard to get out of bed with the way I feel sometimes. So maybe I'll use one of these exercises to help.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Lynn, coming to you, what happened in your beautiful meditation?
That was really strange because I've never did anything like that before in my life. And I've been feeling rough this weekend, to be fair. I don't know whether it was a bit of hay fever, a bit of just something that's generally going around, headache, sore throat, bad ears. And it was like you said this morning, because I was working from home, I thought, do you know what, I'm not actually going to be doing anything. And I got work there that I should be doing. And when I was employed, yeah, I would. Because I used to say, my mum would say, oh, you've been to work like it. And I'd say, well, mum, hardest part of my job is getting the kids ready to school. If I can do that, I might as well just rock up at work. But I don't think I've had that attitude since I've been self-employed. If I've been unwell, I've been a bit, oh. So yeah, with that then this morning, I set my mindset that I was going to get better. I was going to do something after this call. I'm not writing the rest of the day off. And I think it just gave me that mindset to do it. And I thought, I'm going to get off the call. I'm going to get those 3 pieces. I've set 3 pieces that I need to get done by today before the school run. So, yeah, I don't know where the energy came from. I think I was going back to when I was having to do it. So that person who told me was the person that showed up at work, did a job, no matter what she was feeling like. So, yeah, it was amazing.
Wonderful.
Oh, interesting, isn't it, Kim? I think it's wonderful.
Mm.
You would have connected to a star memory of yourself where you felt, despite anything else, you was on top of your game. You could do it,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
You could do it. And so
Yeah, even at the most rubbish of days, I had to have that suit on. I had to walk into that court. I had to do my job, whether I felt like rubbish or not. I think I went back to then.
This goes into where we think that we exist in our trauma, but we don't. We exist in our star memories. That's where we truly are. So you connected into a star moment of being on top of your game, and you have taken that energy transference into your here and now. And when we bring back those star memories, so we can reflect on our past, but our star memories are where the power is. So when you've reflected on that star memory of you smashing it out, even no matter what, there you are. Beautiful.
It was good.
Oh, wonderful. Sangeeta, would you love to share with us? You're on mute, Sangeeta. I do apologize. I'm muted. Oh, no, you're off mute now. Sangeeta, you're on mute.
I don't think her audio is connected somehow, Cheryl.
All right. No, I'll go next, and while Sangeeta's working out her audio connection. I love visualization exercises because I'm a very visual person. And it was really fascinating because I'm working on developing an online program at the moment. And so it's very, very challenging when you're developing a training program because you're trying to prioritize what has a priority and what it is you want to be training. And it came through very clear that she told me exactly what the title was, and it was "You Are the Work." And I thought, wow, yeah, because sometimes we forget, when we set up a business, we forget that usually we're working out what's important to us and that we are the work sometimes in what it is that we want to impart to other people. So it was fascinating to be given that title that I've been searching for all weekend as I've been developing this program. Yeah, and just to have that beautiful energy and uplift, as you said, Lynn, it's almost like as though you're given the energy you need today, and to do this star moment piece of, I don't know, work that you were holding back in doing in some way. So yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I loved that golden thread connection. And I loved the coming together as one as well. That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you for sharing, ladies. It's an amazing gift, this energy work, and you can do I could take you on a journey to create a magic potion that you drink, or meet magical creatures in the forest that or we can create a mind palace. I mean, there's many places we can go with this, so perhaps we'll filter in a bit more over the course of the year, a bit more super mind. I think we all need a bit more magic in our lives.
Can
Lovely.
you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you say yes.
No, it's just first time I'm just connecting my microphone and things after I moved. So I'm thinking, what's going wrong? What's going wrong? I have to try it. But good morning, ladies. Yeah, I didn't want to miss this morning. I thought, nope, I'm going to do that visualization with all you lovely people. My vision was, this beautiful being of light who I was, high priestess, and the gift was, of course, love. And she's taken a seat in me, and we are going to work together. And it's about a gift of love, which I'm all about. And yeah, it was so powerful, and it was very different, Kim, from the day we did that visualization on I Am Woman. So I'm glad. So it's like she was coming closer. That day she was showing me my power, who I am. Today she has taken a seat in me, and we are going to create together. Yay!
And it was so funny because when I worked with Kim for the first time, and we were using some NLP techniques and perceptual positioning, um, it's almost like Kim's angel spoke to me that Kim was a high priestess as well. So we have two high priestesses online this
I had goosebumps from head to toe when you said that, Sangeeta.
Oh, no, thank you. I know I love energy work, and since 2013, since I have done Reiki as well, understanding of energy, understanding of who we are, what we are all about. We lose ourselves so much being human, and we forget we are spiritual beings having human experience, and we have so much more power. But at times, sometimes when we need it, we are stuck in there. So it's great to hear from someone like yourself and say, okay, we are energetic beings. Let's tune back into it. And I love what Cheryl said. I'm trying that as well. Waking up in the morning, right now my house is all over the place, but I am trying to go to sleep with hypnosis and waking up with the visualization, or just being grateful, I think. And that's practice I need to go back. I need to find all my books and journals where they are in the box. So, but so lovely to be part of this morning. So yeah, you all have energized me now. Yay.
Hi.
And I wonder if we come online thinking we're ordinary, and then when something like this happens, you think, no, I'm extraordinary.
Yeah. There's a really good training day actually that you can split into 4 sessions. I perhaps I ought to organise one of these with you, Cheryl. It's you learn the 4 principles of these energy techniques. So one is the tapping, which we did cover a little bit about that, but it sort of goes into it in a bit more depth. The second one is energy emotion. So that's where you're feeling those kinesthetic sensations and you're softening and flowing. The third one is supermind, so getting some more experience with that. And then the fourth one is star matrix, which is about that finding your star moments in your life and learning how to use those in your everyday life. And they're the sort of 4 energy principles, and then each one can become a lot like a 3-day course where you really go into it in massive depth, and it's incredible the directions each one of them takes. But in the positive energy day, which as I say could be done in 1 day or in 4 segments, you at least have an experience of all 4. And then it's the sort of thing that, you know, if one of them really resonates with you more than the others, then you can go off on that tangent if you wanted to. But it's enough education for you to take that and use immediately. And you get a book, you know, a manual with it, with all color pictures in it and everything. It's nice.
Let's explore that. I'd love to know more about how energy relates to our health, because Heather was talking about, you know, she has a particular illness, that it's so important that she's almost like having the right connection with energy to sometimes manage pain. So how does this sort of work relate to our everyday energy, but in particular healing energy? How does this work?
Well, looking at it 360 degrees, okay, so you've got the energy realms like we're doing here, where we're you know, gratitude, we are giving ourselves blessings, we can bless our food, you know, so we've got that energy side, but you've also got the physical, everything physical and energy works in tandem. So on the physical side, there's the, you know, how are you building power in terms of, you know, what are your food choices? Because you have foods that give you power and foods that detract from your power. So, you know, alive food versus dead foods. The dead food is like overly processed by man, and the more processed it is, the more dead it becomes. It loses its life force. The more natural it is to Mother Nature, the more life force it has. So there are things that we could do to tweak in that regard and consider what we're putting in our mouth as life force energy. So that's one thing. Then you have the life force that exists on us and in us that we don't often think about, which is our microbiome. So our microbiome is a stack load of bacteria, viruses, protozoas, fungi, and they outstrip the cells of the human body like 10 to 1. So like we are 10% human genetic material, and the 90% is this microbiome. And we forget to include that. But every single cell that is a bacteria is a force of energy. And that force of energy is living on us or in us, working for us together as a partner, building a strong and healthy body. Or we have viruses and microbes and bacteria that kind of aren't they don't work with us. They've got their own agenda. And that agenda can be causing issues like draining your energy, telling your brain that it needs to eat sugars and causing cravings, or damaging your gut lining and causing leaky gut, and generally being disruptive. So again, what are we doing to consider the life force that lives on us and in us that is important to our very functioning of life? And how are we detracting and reducing those microbes and stuff that have their kind of own agenda? We will never get rid of them, and we don't want to, because they have an extraordinarily important role of training your immune system. but we kind of don't want them to be in charge. So you have this side of it as well, and people don't consider this side of it very much because we can't see it. You know, we can't see these microbes on us, you know. But if you look at the tip of your finger, just that tip of your finger, you have more microbes on the tip of your finger than you do people that live in the United Kingdom. Just on the tip of your finger. So this is an important thing to consider. So that's on a physical aspect. And then on the energy aspect, like I said, so you might have this nice plate of salad, let's say, or chicken and salad, tuna, you know, whatever it is you have. And you can literally just in a moment, just give it a blessing. Because you can bless it with health and vitality, or with energy, or with luck, with success. You can bless your drink that you have with whatever it is that you want. So, you know, because everything responds to vibration. And so everything you eat and everything you drink, or whenever you have a chance to think about it, you can give it a blessing of intention. And that again will elevate us. And then, I mean, there's much more beyond that, but that just even taking on board in those three things, thinking about your microbes, thinking about your food choices, and blessing your food and your day with energy will have massive impact.
It's so strange because when you think of our cars, can you imagine us turning up at a garage with our car and saying to our car, I'm not going to give you diesel, which is what you need, or petrol is what you need. I think I'm going to try water today because it's cheaper. You know, you just wouldn't do that to your car. Yet we tend to, when we walk into a supermarket, it's almost like we are, you know, filling our trolleys full of things that are not really good for us. And when we're thinking of making a meal, you know, we're, you know, opening the cupboards or the freezer and feeding ourselves things, you know, that again is not really best for our body to absorb and to take energy from. And Sangeeta is an amazing cook. She came to stay with me and she made the most amazing meal for us. And I just couldn't believe it came out of my fridge and my cupboards, because it's almost like she created magic from food she created. So what is your take on food, Sangeeta? Because you make them the most incredible food.
Well, I think it's funny what Kim was talking about it. So I have learned, you know, like since I have got to learn about intention and energy. And I remember even before that, I used to say to my husband, like, I love cooking. Yeah. So that love of cooking, of course, pours into the cooking. But I said, I love another thing is singing and dancing. So I said, can I have a music system in my kitchen? So I'm like singing and dancing and I'm cooking. So all the love you're going to get. And it is like, and I remember when he was ill, actually, he was going through chemotherapy, and one round he couldn't, or something was starting, and his count, the cells were low or something like that. And so doctor had to send us back. And I said, okay, I'm going to give you spinach, all the greens. But I was pouring that intention that within a week his counts will go up so he can receive chemotherapy. And the doctor was saying it might take a month, it might take two. I said, but when do you want him to be ready? He said, well, ideally a week. I said, well, then he will be ready in a week. You wait, you know. So I was cooking and giving him and everything. And every time they used to say to me, do something. And I was like, it was all purely intentional. And food was, he loved food. So my way of giving him love was, okay, I'm pouring all my love and intention in there, and let's create the magic. And it happens, you know. So yeah, that's my trick. I pour all my love in cooking. That's why you enjoy it.
There even encourages you to join in with the singing as well. So I was convinced I was singing Indian, but apparently. So let's go around everyone, and I'd love to know what your light bulbs of learning were from this morning. So for me, it was, you know, the whole experience of just being connected and putting the whole of myself into this whole exploration, and knowing that I was connecting with my higher self and loving that I came away with the gift. Yeah, I am the work, you are the work. So it's a great reminder for me. So thank you so much, Kim, for facilitating that. So over to you, Heather. What have you come away with? What are you going to put into action?
Reinforcing the gratitude. I think that's something needs to be done more. And then the checking in the morning and doing a visualization in the morning, just to give me a little boost. And I think that, you know, those two combinations definitely will be in my routine from now on.
Well done. And over to you, Lynn. What are you going to put into action? What have you enjoyed the most from this morning?
Definitely learning that you can really help yourself, I think, by the visualization, by the better, you know, eating of foods, making the correct choices to begin with. It's like you said, you wouldn't put water in the car. I love that. I thought that actually makes sense. Some things, you know, so simple, put like that, you think, oh, yeah. So, yeah, everything has been amazing. Thanks, Kim.
Thank you so much, Kim. And Sangeeta, what have you enjoyed most this morning? What will you put to work?
I think what I was reminded of is love, and of course I share that with everybody else, but sometimes I forget me, you know. So what I was reminded of that, you know, I am the person who embodies love, but sometimes it's all going out, you know. But I think I need to bring that back into me, and every aspect of that. But what I want to say is, you know, this woman hour or whenever we connect, it's so powerful because I think we all need community. You know, there's a beautiful saying that no man is an island. So sometimes just connecting with like-minded people, connecting with people who have higher vibration, it just uplifts us, you know. So I really am focused, like Monday 11 o'clock is my time to connect with these beautiful ladies. And today I was like, I haven't had shower, I'm doing hoovering, I'm cleaning. I said, for an hour I'm going to stop everything and I'll be here. So I think this love, what I felt for all of you, is huge. But I know sometimes I need to give that love to me as well, and saying, okay, I'm going to go and have soak a bath, you know. And then, yeah, soak up with love. But no, it was beautiful, Kim, as always. Lots of love to you.
Before we go, I think we should all send energy hands to Sangeeta and send Sangeeta love. Can we all just
Thank you.
we love and we bless you. We love.
Thank you.
And over to you, Kim, for last words. What have you enjoyed out of this session? What experience did you have taking us through this amazing exercise?
Oh, do you know what? This kind of sprung upon me to do this morning, and it does remind me, like, because you don't know what you know. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you just are every day. So it's been thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about a bit about my background and the energy work, because playing in the fields of energy is my happy place. It really is. And I sprinkle it into absolutely everything I do in my work, in my day, in my emails. Like Sangeeta says, you know, you put heart love. The love is an abundant energy source, absolutely an abundant energy source. And it's the highest vibration of energy source as well. We can pour that into everything we do, into our food, into our emails, into our social media, into obviously ourselves. We can pour it into everything we do. So doing this morning has been an absolute joy, and I love this I Am Woman connection and just getting to know everybody better. You know, we're all here to be of such support to one another, and I love it.
Oh, what a wonderful session we've had this morning. Thank you, everyone, for showing up and gifting your experience, your skills, and sharing the love together with Kim as well. And thank you, Kim, for sharing your expertise. It's been absolutely magical this morning. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And look forward to seeing everyone this time next week. Well, it'll be 11 o'clock because we're coming up this everyone next week, 11 o'clock, for another session of Iron Woman Hour. So have a great week, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.